Uncomfortable question for you. Do you pay more federal income taxes than a billionaire? You may. Investigative journalists at ProPublica have obtained a trove of non-public IRS records, and in their explosive series, The Secret IRS Files, they have detailed how some of the wealthiest Americans avoid paying taxes. And it's legal. Here to discuss is ProPublica's series co-author, Robert Faturechi. Robert, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so in the article published today, you lay out how the Trump administration's 2017 tax overhaul widened the loophole that let wealthy business owners actually pay themselves with profits instead of salaries to drastically reduce their tax bill. Those of us who are having trouble wrapping our heads around that, tell us how that works.
Yeah, so basically what the Trump tax cuts did is they significantly reduced the top marginal tax rate on profits from certain types of businesses. Now, they only slightly reduced the rates on wages. So at the time, experts were predicting that this could be gained. Wealthy individuals who both owned and worked for a business could artificially reduce their wages, their salaries, and in doing so, get more in profits, which are taxed at a lower rate. Now, this was just sort of a prediction, but what we were able to do with this trove of data is to actually identify multiple wealthy business owners who suddenly and inexplicably in 2018 had their salaries plummet while their profits rose.
Okay, so give us a sense of what kind of money this whole process saves millionaires, even billionaires.
Sure. So one of the examples we cite in the story is David McNeil, the CEO and founder of WeatherTech. He's got a Super Bowl ad every year advertising his custom car floor mats. And what we saw is that after 16 years of his wages increasing every year, suddenly in 2008, as soon as this Trump tax cut became law, his salary plummeted and then plummeted again the following year. Our analysis showed that he saved up to $8 million in taxes in those first 2 years alone.
Wow. Hearing that, I'm guessing a lot of people would want to follow suit if, in fact, it is legal. But this accounting maneuver isn't available to the typical worker, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, two notes on that front. One, it's a very small sliver of the country that owns the kind of business that's set up in a way that you'd be able to take advantage of this. Secondly, the tax code requires people in these positions to pay themselves reasonable salaries. The income stream that is taxed at a higher rate. The problem is that the audit rate for this kind of business has plummeted over the years. And so the vast majority of the time, these individuals will not have their wages scrutinized.
So in your reporting, you stress that this is legal as far as you can tell. So what was the rationale for the tax reform in the first place? It was supposed to help businesses, right?
Well, you're right that this tax deduction is definitely part of the law. It becomes gray depending on the circumstances and just how much an individual cuts their wages. If their job responsibilities stay the same, if other factors stay the same, it can get to, conceivably, the IRS would have the ability to crack down in certain circumstances. So this is not, this would not be legal in all circumstances. The question is whether you'd get caught and whether the IRS would try to fight you on it, which more and more over the years has become less likely.
Got it, Robert. And finally, we recognize that you're an investigative reporter and not an advocate, but tell us what the reaction has been to your reporting. I mean, a lot of Americans aren't aware of all the ways that billionaires avoid paying taxes, and your team now has those secret IRS records to help illustrate it.
The reaction has been incredible. I think the public has been shocked to learn some of the details of how the wealthiest people in this country do and do not pay their taxes. We've also heard a lot of response from Congress that as members of Congress have proposed changing the tax code, at least in certain respects, to address our reporting. Regarding the story today, Senator Ron Wyden has talked about, making this tax break that is being gamed in this way essentially unavailable to high-income folks, which would, basically eliminate the kind of gaming that we wrote about today.
Robert Faturechi, some eye-opening investigative reporting. We thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.